bullying, most of the time they'll just have a day off to get over it, and then they'll get their mum or something to come down and talk to the principal the next day.
Some children might not want to come to school because of bullies, and they might not like their teacher and what they do at school. And maybe they're just worried about, like, if they could have a fight with someone.
Our knowledge about how bullying affects the target or children who are bullied is growing. There's now quality longitudinal research that shows that depression and anxiety are two of the major outcomes that happen when a child is bullied again and again. In addition to those mental outcomes, there's also social outcomes. Children feel isolated, they're less likely to have peer support, they feel less safe within a school environment. They also learn less effectively. Often in classrooms they're thinking about how they'll avoid bullying at lunchtime and not concentrating on the content, and they tend to miss school more often because they're more likely to not want to come to school because they don't feel safe.
Yes, we've been talking about what is a bully. Someone that is mean all the time, taking things that doesn't belong to them. Someone that hurts you and your feelings. Someone that steals and keeps on following you.
I think we need to be very clear about what bullying is and what bullying isn't. Otherwise, any relationship issue between children becomes bullying. Bullying is intentional. There's no accidental bullying. It's something that's premeditated. It also has a power imbalance. So that power imbalance may be physical size, but it may just be popularity. The person who's doing the bullying feels they're more powerful than the person they're targeting. And lastly, it has repetition. So it doesn't just happen once, it happens again and again where someone is deliberately targeted.
And what were some behaviours we were talking about?
Like bullying.
And bullying, okay. Can you think of some of the behaviours we were talking about? Being a what?
Being a good loser.
Being a good loser and being a good winner, okay.
Here at Waggaman, prior to us using the KidsMatter framework, dealing with bullying and social emotional issues in the school, it was an inconsistent approach. We didn't have a school-wide approach, which meant that some teachers did it very well and other teachers not as well.
Just have a favourite.
KidsMatter has a focus on respectful relationships across the whole school community. This means that focus might reduce the incidence and the likelihood of bullying occurring because of the emphasis on positive relationships. But if bullying incident does occur, it will also mean that the community won't be tolerant of that. Students will know that that behaviour is not okay and will be able to deal with it themselves or to seek support from the adults in the community to deal with it quickly.
One of the outcomes of moving from teacher-managed direct behaviour responses to a whole school response has meant that everybody has been part of that learning.
Put your hand up if you're a really good reader and you're happy to be a go-to person.
At our school, a lot of our students that are engaged in bullying behaviour, we have a variety of ways of coping with that situation depending on the severity of it. Using social problem solving, what happened, why it happened, what are some of the solutions to make it right again.
When you stopped and thought about it, would you try and make some new friends or would you just barge into a game?
Make some new friends.
I think one of the most important things that we've learned from our research is the role that teachers play and the consistency of their approach. So the most important message for us as teachers is that when we see any level of aggression happening in the schoolyard, we need to act early and often. So we demonstrate really quickly that there's no threshold of tolerance, that only positive behaviours are accepted within the schoolyard.